Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things, and so much more. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a giggle because this is the second time I took, second take of this video for you, Virgo. And I started to speak in this slightly different language, basically. So there's a different energy that's coming through than that wants to have a cordial with you, have a little wee chat with you. So anyway, they can just wait for a moment and I'm just going to put them to the side. So there could be something like that is going on for you, Virgo, as well, with some of you that resonate with this message that, hang on a moment. Anyway, getting back to my introduction. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Virgo, and thank you to all of you who have subscribed to my channel so far. And I really appreciate that support that you and you doing that. So it supports my channel. So sorry, there's somebody that really wants to come through, an energy that wants to come in through. So there may be somebody that's really like pissing you off for some of you, and there may be somebody that's not so much. For some of you that might be it, and for some of you that there may be somebody that's like that keeps distracting you and wanting to, like, from hearing, like calling you all the time, almost like stalking you, and some of you are like just had enough of it, and some of you are like quite liking it because some of you are feeling this is more on a you're liking the attention, or you're wanting the attention from a certain person or a lover or somebody that's coming into your life or would like to come into your life, but it's like I feel like putting the hand up to, like, hang on a moment, one step at a time sort of thing. Okay, so anyway, back to my introduction. Like I say, thank you for supporting me if you have subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you haven't, please, I invite you to please do that now, or by the end of the video. Oh God, see, this is not happening. For some reason, there's a lot of interference. So somewhere along the line there. So you may be feeling that at the moment, or that may be coming up where you're finding it hard to get anything done because there seems to be either somebody interfering or somebody you feel like is interfering, and maybe not, or maybe just the energy. So and it could be like for some of you, because we're coming into the full moon energy, that it may be feeling like that because there are things that are coming up to the fore within you that you are needing to deal with, and it's like you're not taking notice of it, or so that spirit are just talking about, and the angels and your guides are talking it to you about if you are feeling that there may be like a little bit of disconnection there with something or someone's. If you are feeling like there's something that needs to sort out, then this is a good time to go there, to address it, to accept it, to acknowledge it, and to release it. Okay, because we're coming into this full moon, and it's going to bring, this full moon is going to pull out sort of things, all sorts of things, not just negative things, but good things as well. So on saying that, so it's going to pull out stuff for you to process, so you can get going and get moving and get a nicer flow in your life, basically. So phew, now that I've got that out, I feel like I can continue with my introduction. Okay, so these reads are for Virgo for the month of first week of June, actually, and so today I'm doing the recording on the 1st of January. So I mean, God, so something might happen on the 1st of January, so this whatever's going on may be on the 1st of January, but I'm recording this on Monday the 1st of June 2020, and so this read will typically go through till next Tuesday for you, which is the 9th, and Monday or Tuesday, which is 8th, 9th. So yeah, it could go a little bit longer, but it was just, like I say, it's just going with the flow with things. So these reads are also for you, Virgo, whether it's your Virgo in Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So if you don't know what your other signs are, check out the link below that will take you to a website that has a calculator where you can work it out, go in there into your date, and it will calculate that out for you. It gives some really good information to start off with anyway. about you, your sign that you mostly follow, as well as, you know, well, whichever one you choose to follow, basically. So anyway, these reads are like like I've always say, they are general. So if it resonates with you, just take what does and leave what doesn't. On saying that these are forecasts, so it may not read. The reason why it might not resonate with you is because it hasn't come to play yet. So anyway, and if you would like a full reading, or a half hour or an hour reading, whatever, just make contact with me with my through my details, which are in the description box below. Okay, so I'm going to get on with reading now, because it's like, blah, 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 I'm going to bite my bloody tongue in a minute. So there maybe it's like a whole burst of energy that's coming up for you this week, Virgo, and you might be wanting to say some things or get some things out. So it's a good time to like get them out, but be mindful of what the language and that you choose to use. Also the energy, because this is like that you have behind it, because this is what this full moon is about. It's a full moon in Sagittarius, so you may be feeling quite impulsive and energetic to get things done and get things moving. There are a lot of new things that are energy coming up. So, but I just feel like being impulsive in this energy is, from all the readings and the research that I've done about this energy at the moment, is impulsiveness is being mindful about being impulsive, taking action with things and making decisions, and to take some time to take in and process the information, and or just the idea or whatever it is that you're going to before taking or jumping into action with whatever is happening with you. So so anyway, this time really with this full moon is a really good time to work on clearing up past patterns that have been holding us back from personal fulfillment, basically, particularly in those areas that are centered around our attitudes, our expressions, and gestures, studies, what you're studying or working on, and mobility. So your movements, through life, at the moment that you're working, how you move through at the moment, obviously, good mobility. So there may be a little bit of, like toing and froing, and that understanding, expressing, like telling. It's like there may be a bit, because I'm just doing like sarcasm there. So, that for some of you it may be like just lying low there a bit with that, and that. But it's also, this energy will bring to the fore, will bring to the fore about like, and make us more aware of the problems, and especially the lacks and flaws that are significant, and with our feelings that are with our feelings, and basically, and how we express that. So I've written key words down, and I'm pulling them together with my notes. So basically, this is all about our feelings and working on our feelings, and sorting out what is a problem that's been lingering around for a little while. Could be a short while, and a matter that, and it'll help. This full moon will help us to clear up the matter, or there'll be information, feelings that will be brought up to the fore that will help us figure it out, basically. God, that was so like drawn out, because I feel like there's a bit of resistance for some of you. That's why it's kind of like being a little bit of a drag to get it out, a bit of a challenge to get it out or move. So for some of you, that it could be quite an emotional thing, and which is why there's a lot of thinking, like overthinking with the mentally going in there too deep about, and overthinking about things, and in the past. So it's. But I feel for some of you that like you've been chipping it away at it, it will take you to this full moon will take you to another phase of processing, which is so cool, because it's like there's a lot of, it's breaking down old dense fascia basically, which is old stuff that needs to be, you know, that stops at times from moving forward or moving in a direction in our lives at times. And it's time for some of you to either get going, you know, get going, get moving. Some of you it's like keep moving, and you know, and some of you it's about you know, increasing the momentum basically as well. It's like, so whatever stage you're at is cool, because it's all about movement. So energy is now moving. So I'm just going to, because this full moon energy is coming up on the Friday, Saturday, this at the end of this week, I'm going to draw a couple of cards, see what comes out from the Moonology deck that is created by Yasmin Boland. God, everything's getting like twisted around, so there could be a lot of that. Things are getting twisted around. So somebody might be in your life and it's like just twisting all sorts of shit around. And it's like, what the hell is going on? So it's just keep it cool, calm, cucumber while you work through that. So, yeah, okay, so your dreams need a practical plan. So this is a full moon card in Taurus as well, which is the first card which is the card that is at the top. So, so there's, you know, Taurus can be a little bit stubborn and a bit resistant at times. So that makes sense about this resistance in a way, but it's not just Taurus. We can all be like that on saying that. But there may be a person who is a Taurian that is in your life that could be the energy that is you're connected with, that is making things a little bit challenging, or you are making things a little bit challenging for yourself and using them for the excuse. So there's a two-way thing going on there. So anyway, and then we have, oh gosh, a new romantic cycle begins. So new moon in Libra. So there's a full moon and a new moon, which is interesting because, you know, just because it's a full moon, there's also beginnings and endings that would create the beginnings. But the new moon is similarly as well, in different ways, which is interesting. And that's a new moon in Libra. So, which is interesting. So there was the bringing about some sort of balance within your love life, which is kind of where we started in the beginning. So there may be a bit of an aru-daru, or a little bit of stuff going on within some of you with your romantic relationship around you, or some of you that maybe there may be something that's you know, within your relationship that is where you which is why there is probably that with that drawing back to that impulsive thing. Just make a note about making impulsive decisions. So with the energy that is here, so it's like just taking in time to process before jumping into action. So they're just reiterating that, and it's not to say that you won't ever do that or anything like that, or you know, or not. It's just like saying like it's kind of like, because what I'm hearing is like some of yous will feel like, or generally feel like, you need to know that you know that you know that you know, before you make that decision. And so that's what they're suggesting, okay? And or a decision, whichever way you go. So for some of you that may be moving out of a relationship, and some of you that may be moving into a relationship, and some of you that may be not fully moving out, is just taking time out. So, and to discover what, you know, and figure out what it is that you both need to do, or you need to do before a reconciliation, you know, or not, you know, whichever way you decide to go. So that's where I feel like that's, you know, just why they're talking about is, for some of you, is about, well, those of you who understand this message, is about, you know, processing and observing before taking action. Cool. But then there's then we have a new moon again in Leo. Confidence is your key to success. So it's obviously confidently going about whatever it is that you are contemplating doing, and that sort of thing. Cool, because that's what Leo, beautiful. So you may be, yeah. So some of you, there may be a Taurus, a Libra, and a Leo that are somehow connected to and helping you to work through whatever it is that you are each going through. And it's interesting because there's you know, an earth sign, a fire sign, and an air sign, and you are a fire sign, so as well. So it's kind of like, they're making me take notice of that. So there's no water sign, so that's where I feel like there's a balance. So okay, anyway, I want to flick another one out and say here, okie dokie, believe in the impossible. Blue moon, and that came out upside down. So and that's the blue moon. But I want to turn that up the right way, and I'm going to put it back down on here in the right, so you can read it the right way up. Okay. So what I'm hearing in that one is like, you know, with believing in the impossible, is like, you know, when we think it's about like switching switching around that thought pattern of, you know, that things can't be like impossible as being in a negative thing. So it's not impossible. Is what I'm hearing, is they're turning it around from your mindset, because some of the things that are impossible are possible. Okay. And sometimes the things that are impossible, seeing it as impossible is the answer or the key, that it is impossible to make a change for some things. So there's and it kind of sounds a little bit contradictory, I know, with saying that, but there's something in that. It's like, that's why there's that they're reiterating again about, you know, not making being in that impulsive place, about making an impulsive decision with some things in your life at the moment, or that's coming up this week, but also throughout this month as well. Cool. So it's like, you'll know who you are with that talking about it. But I feel like for some of you it could be with relationships, and some of you it will be around work, and some of it will be around a lot of it I feel like will be around your relationship with you. So it's like, you know, like letting go and releasing things in that sense. So and you may be thinking or feeling that it's impossible, you know, to do that. So believe in the impossible, that it is possible. Okay. Cool. Yay. And so, and just, you know, it's impossible to move forward. It's impossible to do this, there's that thing. But, you know, it's kind of a strange thing to say, believe in the impossible. But it's, and it might, like I say, it sounds a little bit contradictory to believing what is possible, but it's the impossible is possible, is the possible. Cool. I'm just saying, excuse me, how can they, I think you get it. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's just gone quiet now. So there may be a time where there's a quiet period next time or next week before we get to, I see you next time in a week's time. So so there will be a couple of quiet periods during the week. So just take that time to sit and be and contemplate, but not overthink, and just to, you know, like weighing things up in a love, peace, harmony and joy sort of a way, and meditate on that and ask for guidance, okay, with because I feel, because 90% of most of the time we know what we want to do. It's just that there's that feeling of what if, you know, those thoughts of what if, so, and it's like, yeah, okay, so weigh up both ends. What if what about the impossible? Okay, cool. Because you said we think it's impossible to have great wealth, but that impossible is like quite possible. That's where I'm going for. Cool. So anyway, because this is the interesting that should come up right now, because the wands, and that's about fire, that's fire energy as well, with you know, with you, not with you Leo, but this is Virgo that I'm doing now, of course. So there is a fire energy. So, and Sagittarius is what this full moon is a full moon in Sagittarius, or eclipse in Sagittarius that's getting something moving. So they're just, Spirit are just talking about, you know, or the energy of Virgo. It's like connecting in with your energy, Virgo, connecting in with all your qualities, and that help make you move, you go, that lift you, you know, whether you read up about your star sign and like even that, but just have a look back at yourself even, about what lifts you, your passion and your energy and that. So bringing in that's what Sagittarius is bringing through to help you and help us, no matter what star sign we are, to move forward with our passion, with with motivation, and utilize that energy to create what it is that we want to create in our life, okay? Because this Two of Wands is about work is underway. So something is underway. And then you may be at a point where you may be wanting, you've made, because I'm seeing that in between, you're in between the two sticks there, the wands, and they are a light, and it's like guiding the way, but you're looking out into the future is what I see there. So as to what is possible, or, and you know, with that cards is like what is possible basically, and what you think is impossible, you know. That's why they're talking about, you know, the impossible is possible, basically. And to believe in the impossible, that it will happen. Beloved Queen, the Queen of Cups. So what I'm picking up from the Queen of Cups, because she's sitting there and she's like, she's put a lot of work into what she's into, she's figured out how to and taken like control of her emotions, and know how she ticks and talks now, and she's in control of that. She's in a happy, healthy way. She's knowing and understanding how to work her magic within her, and without of her as well. So there's this place that, you know, with all this movement that's happening this week, that I feel like you'll get to that place where you are feeling quite balanced within, you know, within your emotions, and it's like, you know, you've figured something out, you know. And I'm just being drawn to like utilizing your intuition. It's like even, you know, not just the emotions and the feelings that are coming with it, but you've been able to bring in your intuition and balance it and figure it out. And that, because I just about the impossible and understand what that means for you. Okay. Whoa, that's really quite interesting. So for some reason I want to bring up these cards. I haven't brought them out yet before. These are these crystal cards, the Crystal Spirits by Colette Baron Reid cards, and I haven't used them yet, but there's for any of the other readings. Virgo, so you're the first one. This one to come out. For them to come out. So I've just been drawn because to pyrite, okay? Pyrite's like fool's gold. So pyrite's really good for manifesting things to come in as well. And I'll just find the book in 45 and have a little bit of read, see what comes up with for pyrite for you. Because basically pyrite is, I have it in my, where's my bowl of things? Because what I'm hearing is abundance, a good crystal for that. But anyway, okay, so the essential meaning for pyrite in this book, so I'll read what's in here, because it's okay. Essential meaning for pyrite in this book is inherent value, knowing your worth, self-appreciation, genuine abundance and prosperity within, which is kind of what we were just talking about. This whole thing is like looking at that. So the scales of, you know, it's justice, or the scales of balance, basically. Something is coming to balance within you, and you'll figure it out this more so this week, or something will be coming quite clear to you how you can maneuver through your life in this now, but through your life forever. So there's going to be something there that's going to really sit right with you, and bring, so because I'm talking about courage, and that sort of moving forward, or in whatever direction that you're looking at, wanting to go in. basically, whatever that forward means to you. So throughout the ages, humans have sought the gems of the earth, the crystals whose beauty delighted the eye, and the powers could aid them in their quest to achieve a sense of safety and abundance. Cool. They recognize the intrinsic value of these gifts from nature, and when Pyrite Spirit appears, you are meant to appreciate the abundance that the conscious universe has provided, an abundance of opportunities, resources, support, and most importantly, love. A scarcity mentality will prevent you from seeing all that is available to you, and you are called now to offer thanks for the myriad gifts you have been given to help you achieve balance. As you take your healing journey, you will find it easier and easier to recognize that you will always have what you need. Abundance awaits you as you ready yourself to claim it. The conscious universe has your back. What you need will not be denied you at this time. So open yourself to receiving it by practicing appreciation. I think that's kind of where they were going there. So I'm glad I pulled that card. So it's just beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave that for you now here for you now, Virgo. Yeah, see you next Tuesday. So love, peace, harmony, and joy. Lots of blessings, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now.